Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Solskjaer wants Cristiano Ronaldo. Solskjaer privately rates Ronaldo as one of the best players he's ever played alongside. The Glazers have held talks with Jorge Mendes regarding Ronaldo's future. Man United have been in talks with Cristiano Ronaldo over a sensational return. At one point, Ronaldo was in talks with Man United over a 2-year contract. Gazzetta dello Sport already said that Man United have contacted Cristiano Ronaldo's agent over a return this summer. Said Juventus will accept around £26 million. Reports from Italy said there could be a Cristiano Ronaldo and Paul Pogba swap deal plus cash involved. Ronaldo has been at Juventus for 3 years. He scored 101 goals in 133 appearances. His current contract at Juventus expires next year. We did have Ronaldo for 6 years. We had him from 2003 to 2009. When he was with us, he won 3 Premier League titles. He won the Champions League, he won the FA Cup, he won the League Cup, and he won the FIFA Club World Cup. We paid just £12 million for him from Sporting Lisbon back in 2003. We sold him to Real Madrid in 2009 for £80 million, and he endured like 9 or 10 years at Real Madrid, so he was a long-serving player. Ronaldo has won 32 major trophies in his playing career, and he's won 5 Ballon d'Ors. I presume the vast majority of Man United fans would take Ronaldo back, despite him being, the age of 36, because he is regarded as one of the best players in the world. Cristiano Ronaldo's partner spoke out on Ronaldo's future, and she said, he's staying. Now, I want to delve into some news on Raphael Varane. So according to Defensa Central, Man United and Chelsea are prepared to double Raphael Varane's wages. Real Madrid have decided to sell. Raphael Varane recently spoke out on his future. He said it's unlikely his future will be resolved for the summer's European Championships. Man United have already held talks with Raphael Varane's representatives. Fabrizio Romano did say not so long ago that Raphael Varane is the main name on our list, and he said we was waiting to see what happens with his situation at Real Madrid. Real Madrid are demanding £60 million for Varane. Not so long ago they rejected a £40 million bid. Raphael Varane said last season that he's keen on a move to the Premier League. At one point he said Chelsea were the favourites to sign him, and Chelsea were prepared to pay £61 million. Liverpool were in talks with Raphael Varane not so long ago. We went in for Varane 10 years ago. We was also prepared to sanction a £100 million move for him back in 2018. Raphael Varane would be a great addition to our squad if he came in. The reasons is because he's a world-class centre-half, he's highly experienced, he'd complement Harry Maguire very, very well in our back line. He would exceed expectations in the Premier League. And he's got a good pedigree as a player. He's won like 18 major honours at Real Madrid. So they are the reasons. Varane has made over 300 appearances in all competitions. He's been a long servant at Real Madrid. He's endured 10 years with them. Madrid paid just €10 million for him from Lens back in 2011, and his current contract at Real Madrid expires next year. Contract talks stalled a while ago. But yeah, Man United still want a centre-half, despite Eric Bailly signing a new contract not so long ago. Now, I want to give you some news on Donny van de Beek. So, Donny van de Beek is set for showdown talks with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer over his future. Donny van de Beek has endured one full season at Man United. He said not so long ago that we will reject any offers for Donny van de Beek this summer. So reflecting on that, we are reluctant to let him go. Solskjaer apparently has got big plans for him. Donny van de Beek seldom starts in the league for Man United. I recall him only starting 4 Premier League games last season. Most of his appearances come from the bench. He is a good player, is Donny van de Beek. You know, he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. You know, you can put him as a box-to-box midfielder. That was his predominant position at Ajax. You can put him in the number 10. You can also put him out wide. We got him in a deal worth £40 million from Ajax. And I think he's got a contract with us until 2025. Last season, though, it said that Donny van de Beek threatened to quit Man United after one season due to his lack of game time. And at that point, it said he wanted to hold showdown talks with Ed Woodward regarding his future. At one point, Ronald de Boer came out and backed Donny van de Beek to become a success at Man United, and he said he still felt loved at the club despite his lack of game time. There was rumours of Van de Beek leaving in January, but we rejected loan offers for him. So there you go. Jadon Sancho has agreed personal terms with Manchester United. I think we'll sign Jadon Sancho this summer. Dortmund will accept £80 million. Jadon Sancho said he wants his future resolved before the start of the Euros. Jadon Sancho has Man United transfer hopes, as Borussia Dortmund are looking for replacements. Dortmund want Callum Hudson-Odoi from Chelsea as a replacement for Sancho. Not so long ago, Borussia Dortmund told Jadon Sancho that he can leave the club this summer, and Solskjaer made him a transfer priority. Sky Sports have already said that Man United is the most realistic destination for Sancho, and Man United do remain in talks with his representatives. Earlier on this year, Borussia Dortmund did confirm that they've got a gentleman's agreement with Sancho that will allow him to depart Dortmund this summer, and the Manchester Evening News said that Sancho is pushing for a transfer out of Dortmund. But yeah, it'll be a great signing for Man United. You know, he dramatically improves us. He's good at creating chances. He can score very good goals. He's predominantly a right winner. He will exceed expectations in the Premier League. He'll fit our team in general perfectly. And he's got a very, very good friendship with Marcus Rashford. They do talk to each other a lot. You know, don't forget last summer, Jadon Sancho was our number one priority target. Sancho to Man United last summer was extremely close. You know, the personal terms had been agreed, the agent fees had been agreed, and a contract had been agreed. But the reason we didn't get him is because we was reluctant to meet Borussia Dortmund's 108 million valuation. We was only willing to pay so much up front. Don't forget, Dortmund gave us until the 10th of August to sign him. We missed out on that deadline, so Sancho remained at Dortmund. But Fabrizio Romano, who's a very reliable Italian journalist and close to Man United, he's spoken a lot about the Sancho saga, and so too has Bill's Christian Falk. Sancho's endured 4 years at Dortmund. He's got a contract with them until 2023. Dortmund paid just £8 million for him from Man City back in 2017. You already know the news, don't you, on Harry Kane. Man United have decided to go against the move for Harry Kane. By the way, Manchester United's chef, John Murtough, agrees a 4-man transfer wish list with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because I think a meeting had been held today. There was quite a few at it, you know. There was John Murtough, there was also Mike Phelan as well. Solskjaer has said that he wants 4 new signings in order for Man United to challenge for the title next season. We can challenge for the title next season if we recruit well in the summer transfer window. Man United will back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer with a new 3-year contract. I think a lot of United fans disagree with us giving him this new 3-year contract because he won't see out this new 3-year deal. Ole's still got under a year left on his current 3-year contract that he got when he got given the job permanently back in March 2019. And obviously they're going to back Solskjaer with summer signings. The board have promised Solskjaer around 4 signings. Solskjaer has been given a 150 million transfer budget to buy around 4 or 5 new signings. Obviously, the transfer budget will increase because I'm expecting us to sell some players in the summer transfer window. But I'm expecting Solskjaer to get the backing he deserves, reflecting on what the board have recently said. And plus, we've obviously got John Murtough, who's a director of football. We've got Darren Fletcher, he's our technical director. And we've also got Matt Judge, and Matt Judge has been part of the club for a long time. Ollie's not been backed enough so far because he hasn't got all the players that he wanted to recommend in. The summer transfer window is massive though for Ollie and Man United in general, and I think Solskjaer's aware of this. It's very imperative he gets the players he wants to recommend in. The summer transfer window will be his 5th transfer window as Man United manager. So far he's endured 4 transfer windows. Next season is going to be huge for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I think he is aware of that. Next season he has got to exceed expectations if he is to remain Manchester United manager. He's got to win a trophy next season if he's to stay. Solskjaer has not yet won a trophy as Manchester United manager. We haven't won a trophy since 2017. That's 4 years. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Solskjaer did say, it wasn't a successful season. last season he accepted that. Ole has now enjoyed 2 full seasons at Man United, and he's been in charge of Man United for around 29 months now. That's over 2 years. You know? But we've got to credit Solskjaer in quite a lot of aspects. To be honest with you, I didn't expect Solskjaer to do as well as he has done. You've got to say he's done a good job to say, you know, the squad he was left with when he came in, because he was inheriting a lot of deadwood and he's still inheriting some deadwood now. Despite us losing the Europa League final, I still think Solskjaer is our best manager since Ferguson, because he has brought consistency back. We've got to credit Solskjaer though, because last season, in his second full season, he did get us to the Europa League final. I know we didn't win it, but he still got us to the final. That was his first major final as Man United manager. Also got us a second place finish in the Premier League, so you can see that progress was made from Ole Solskjaer's first full season. We went the entire season without losing away from home in the Premier League. That's a record. You know, he got us to the FA Cup quarter-final, also got us to the EFL Cup semi-final. Did well in his first full season, got us a third place finish and guided us to 3 semi-finals. You know, we've got Champions League football for next season. Ole has made good signings as Man United manager so far. He's spent almost £300 million. He's got rid of a lot of players since he's come in as well, and I do like the way he has promoted the youth. I've got my concerns as well about Ole. Solskjaer knew when he'd taken over at Man United it was going to be a massive job, despite him knowing the club through thick and thin. We did appoint him in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. But when we have been inconsistent, not all of the blame stems from Ole. You know, certain players and that have got to take responsibility. And our board's been one of the biggest problems at the club for a long time, reflecting how poor our recruitment policy's been, and we've also overpaid for players. And in general, the managers that we've had since Ferguson retired haven't got the players they wanted to recommend in. Obviously, Woodward's going to be standing down at the end of the year. That's good news from Man United perspective. It got announced earlier on this year that Woodward resigned as Manchester United vice chairman. You know, Woodward has had a 16-year association with the club. Obviously, we're trying to get the Glazers out as well. Not so long ago, there was a lot of protesting going on at Old Trafford against the Glazers. Obviously, the reasons we want the Glazers out is because the Glazers have put us in so much debt. And I hate the way the football club has been run for a long time. And the Glazers were also planning to ditch the Champions League for the European Super League. The Glazers bought Man United for $500 million back in 2005. So they've been at the club now for 16 years. So we've got to recommend new owners in. The players I think we need to get rid of in the summer transfer window is De Gea. I'm expecting us to get rid of him. Don't forget there has been talks of a De Gea and Jano Black swap deal. I think we also need to offload Romero. We also need to offload Lee Grant. We need to loan Brandon Williams out, you know, to gain him more experience and to get a lot more opportunities, because he seldom plays for us. Williams is our third choice left back. I think we also need to offload Phil Jones. We need to get rid of Diego Dalot permanently. We need to get rid of Andres Pereira permanently. We also need to offload Nemanja Matic. We need to offload Mata. I'm expecting Mata to go anyway. And I think we need to offload Anthony Martial. I give you the news on Martial yesterday. He said that Solskjaer has made his decision on Martial's future. He's told the Glazers he wants Martial to stay because he believes he'll play a big role next season. Martial's no longer good enough to represent the club, and he has been out with a knee injury for a while, hasn't he? There's players that have really improved at Manchester United, and there's good players in general. I think Dean Henderson, he's very good. Done well in a lot of the games he was in goal for last season. His distribution was good, made good saves, kept a lot of clean sheets, and made some good aerial claims. He had 2 poor games, I recall. That was the 3-1 win against Burnley. He looked shaky off his line, and the 4-2 defeat to Liverpool. He made some errors in that game. I think Henderson's got a long-term future at the club. Henderson's now our number 1. I said we made the right decision putting him as number 1. He has got that experience behind him. Luke Shaw, he's really improved. Luke Shaw was our best player last season. In a lot of his games, he showed very good attacking intent, provided width, created good chances for his teammates. His crossing was very good. Got in some good positions, and defensively he was good, but towards the end of the season, Luke Shaw looked off the pace. Luke Shaw still remains our first choice left back, despite the arrival of Tellez last year. Shaw's had a good career at Man United despite his injuries. He's been at the club 7 years now. So there you go. I think Eric Bailly, he's a very good centre-half, but my element of concern about him is just too injury prone. So in that aspect, he is a liability. He's Eric Bailly. Not so long ago, Eric Bailly signed a new contract with Man United until 2024. He's been at Man United quite a few years now, paid 30 million for him from Villarreal back in 2016. Harry Maguire, I think he has improved. He did well in some games last season, scored in the 2-1 defeat to Sheffield, and he put a very good performance out in the derby loss. Obviously, Maguire was missing towards the end of last season because obviously he's got ligament damage in his ankle. Obviously couldn't play in the final. He sustained the ankle injury in our 3-1 win against Aston Villa. We certainly overpaid for Maguire. Got him in a deal worth £80 million. Most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment, and the second most expensive signing at the club. And Wan-Bissaka, I think aspects of his game have improved. He's still got to show more though in the attacking third of the pitch. But there were some games last season where he did get forward well. He got in some good positions and he put good crosses into the box. Defensively, Wan-Bissaka has always been superb. I think he can emulate into next Gary Neville. He's one of the best right-backs we've had since Gary Neville. Bissaka has endured 2 full seasons at Man United. We got him in a deal worth £50 million from Crystal Palace in the summer of 2019. Paul Pogba, we've been getting the best out of him in recent months. Paul Pogba does bring creativity to the team. I hope he stays at Man United potentially past the summer, but he could be leaving. Paul Pogba looks very effective in more of an advanced role. I think Bruno Fernandes is obviously a very, very good player. In a lot of his games at Man United, he has been very, very consistent. But there's also been quite a few games where he's looked off the pace, but we have actually overplayed Bruno Fernandes. It recently said Bruno Fernandes is set to sign a new contract at Man United worth £200,000 a week. So reflecting on that, we're willing to double his wages because at the moment he's on £100,000 a week. Fernandes has got 4 years left on his current deal. He's under contract with the club until 2025. There's an option of a further year. Not so long ago, Fernandes won Player of the Year and he's won Player of the Month quite a few times, reflecting on his good performances. You know, he has been at the club now over a year, but he has certainly made a difference in the team. He's our best player and he's one of the best signings we have made since Ferguson retired. Mason Greenwood, I've got to say, he's been a revelation since he broke into our senior squad. Greenwood made his senior debut in 2019 and he's been a United player since the age of 7. And last season, Greenwood signed a new 4-year contract with the club. I can assure he's got a long-term future with Man United. There was a period, though, where he didn't score for a while. And he was in and out of the team at the first part of last season. But whether you play Greenwood centrally or whether you play him on the right, most of the time, you seem to get the best out of him. Edinson Cavani is obviously a good player. We know that Cavani is staying for next season because not so long ago he signed a 1-year deal. Fabrizio Romano confirmed that. And Rashford, he's a good player when he wants to be, but he's enjoyed his very bad periods and I thought it was poor towards the end of last season. He really, really was. And I rate that Amad Diallo Traore. You know, he looks a very, very good asset for the first team squad. So there you go. But analysing our current squad at the moment, it's not good enough to challenge or win the Premier League title. This is why we need signings. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always. And take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.